y'all. I'm a little late. Yeah, I am. I'm a lot late. But people kept emailing me, and y'all been asking me what my opinion was on the Miss Chalet biopic. Like I said, I know I'm late, but these are my thoughts. My thoughts was it was sad that she went through that abuse that she went through. To be honest, it's to be expected when your parents teach you to accept that shit and consider it a job, okay? And that's what her grandmother and her mother was telling her. Now, she was excited also to be in that clique as they rode to fame, and sometimes, greed will lead you to accept things that normal people raised in a loving home with parents and grandparents that instill in you value in self wouldn't accept, okay? But she did. I wasn't here for her having no having no relationship, fake marriage, or a child with Suge, okay? I got he was the gentle giant savior to her, but in the end, she should have followed her first mind. She saw him as evil, and that's what she should have kept it as. Plus, Dre and him had fallen out by then. It was issues. So for you to go to him, look like you was actually asking for some of the drama that you went through. What you did was you transferred your codependency from one guy to another, and just so happened they were enemies at that moment. Now I feel like she had a right to tell a story. I'm glad she did, and now, the true healing can begin, because we all know now what really went down from her perspective, and not everybody watched R&B Divas LA to kind of understand what Miss Chalet had been through. That apology last year that Dr. Dre gave me told me all I need to know about that hoe, okay? Now, also remember that, that BOAN situation. We always heard about Dre being a motherfucker when it comes to how he treat his women, and the fact that he had a little Ike Turner in him. Maybe today, as he is older, been married for quite some time, that, he done changed, and let's hope he did, okay? Miss Chalet, we all know what happened to you now. I'm sorry you went through that, but God took you through to bring you out, and it was definitely a life lesson, and I hope that you got it, and that you are healed, or that you already healed, or you are in the process of healing. Now, one thing I'll say is, I ain't believe that scene where Suge was talking to Tupac like that. No, God, bitch, please. Ain't no motherfucking way. Like I said, everybody else tell their story. She got a right to tell hers too. I didn't have no problem with that. We always heard about how Dre was, but we also heard that Miss Chalet was a little bit, or had a little thought in her, and that could possibly be so. But at the end of the day, even if she did or didn't, she didn't deserve to be beat like that. Now, it says a lot about her as a person that she stayed, so long, to the point where it literally broke her. But the story's out there, we all know now, and hell, let the healing begin. Next thing I'm going to talk about real briefly is the Madea Boo Halloween. Child, it was coonish but funny, typical Tyler Perry. I enjoyed it. I got what I came to get from it, which was laughter. I always get that, and of course I do appreciate the life lessons on family that is typical Tyler Perry. But overall, I laughed, my ass off. It had it, Bam and Joe, and all the hilariousness that was them. It wasn't no big thing, Like I said, I went in the theater looking for a laugh. I came out, I had that. It was alright. Is it something I'll look at again? Probably not. But, I saw it, and it was good. If you want you a good laugh, it'll be on DVD down at the Walmart soon. Go get it, girl. Go get it. Now, last thing I'm going to talk about, and this is going to be the controversial topic. I'm sure I'm going to have people come on my channel and really try to get mad about what I'm finna say. But it is what it is, and this is my opinion. Birth of a Nation. In school, I never learned the story of Nat Turner, okay? Of course. We learned about Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railroad, and various other pioneers who helped, either get the slaves to freedom or make them realize that they ain't have to keep living under the oppression of the master, okay? We know about some of them, but all of these stories, we don't know the story of them, okay? And Nat Turner was a literate preacher, antebellum South, who gathered up slaves to encourage them to revolt against their masters because of the unfair and unjust treatment. Like I said, that's a story that needed to be told. It should have been told, and that's why I supported it by going to see it. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm tired of seeing slave movies that I leave depressed and feeling hopeless from. Slavery is not the only part of black history, yet it's the one that we talk about the most. Yes, I know black slavery lasted a great deal of our history, but it's not all that we have. I want to talk about and learn about, other aspects that are not so depressing. I want to know about black inventors that I may not know about. I want to know about the first black-owned businesses that I may not have heard about. I want to see and learn about positive, inspiring aspects of black history, not just how poorly we were treated then and how sneaky the oppressor is today and how they try to do shit. We got laws, we got EEOC and all them places like that, and NAACP and all them other places like that, and guidelines and laws and shit like that. They maneuver their way around being racist for you, instead of just flat out telling you, you a nigga and I ain't got no use for you. Nowadays it's like, we're not hiring. Bank loan denied. Things like that. That's how they do it nowadays. And I know it's vital we know our history. But is slave movies all that Hollywood and independent filmmakers can offer us? Now, there may be some out there that don't know about, that I don't know about. And if it is movies out there like that maybe I haven't heard about, child, please jump down in that pen and put that conversation down there for me. I don't have a problem being told nothing or taught nothing. Each one teach one. The more you know, the better you grow. Get down there and tell me about it. I just want to see more positive aspects of black history. Slavery wasn't all of it, although a vast majority of it was. I watch these movies, I walk away upset, depressed, and sometimes ready to fight. And that ain't always right, because not all white people today are bad. Okay, not all are racist. You got a lot of white people that stand with us when we having these rallies and these marches, and they right there with us on the sidelines, ready to go to war against their own. You gotta learn how to pinpoint those type of people that's not on your level or with you. Okay, and it's very easy to pinpoint them because a racist always reveals themselves. All you gotta do is pay attention to them, child. I'm very observant. I watch everything. I watch everything from behaviors, body language, and how you talk. All that right there determines how I act with you, okay? Now, I don't have the answers at what will bring about equality for all of us. I just do my part to help bring it to fruition, If there's ever a race war without a doubt, I would ride with my people, of course. But it don't have to be a war if blacks learn one word that whites have cornered the market in for years and decades. And that word is, y'all know what that word is? That word is unity. We can't stand to see one another rise up and become financially independent. We don't like to see each other do nothing positive within our community. We don't like that. We some crab in a barrel mentality having people. As soon as one is reaching up out that barrel, reaching to get out that pot, instead of us cheering them on and maybe making a ledge to help them push them on up out of there, no, we're going to do everything we can to tear them down and pull them back down in the barrel with the rest of us because we are haters. Okay? White people don't like all white people. Child, some of them folk can't stand each other. But when it counts, they know how to stand together. We just don't, and we won't. We don't congratulate each other. We don't encourage each other. We don't do none of that. We talk about each other. We lie on each other. We try to destroy each other. There's no code of conduct, and the show ain't no honor among thieves, honey. Okay? Now, back to the movie. Like I said, it was cool for what it was. Okay? I'd rather just read the book. But would I go see it again? No. I've had my full of slave movies. I ain't saying that I'll never look at another one, but for right now, I've had my overload on it. I mean, I done had the Bullet, I done had 12 Years of Slave, I done had all this. I'm tired. I don't want to forget my past, because my past will help determine how well I do in my future. But I don't want to be bombarded, beat down, and woe the hell out with slave movies all the time. And that's all I'm saying. Yes, this movie needed to be told. Yes, it should have been more support surrounding it. And we ain't gonna even get into that Nate Parker situation, because I don't feel like it. But I'll say this: it was a good movie. For those of you who haven't seen it, please do go out and support Birth of a Nation. It will teach you something. But like I said, for me personally, that's for me, not you. I'm over it for right now. I don't want to see no more slave movies right now. Okay, my system is on overload now, and that's all I really had to say about that. Overall, the 3 movies I just talked about, I would encourage anybody to see them. Personally, for me, I won't see any of them again, because I got what I came to get out of it. You know, there's nothing more for me to get out of that. I got my laugh from Madea. I understood more about the mentality of a person who is raised up to believe that physical and sexual abuse is okay. I watched the struggle of one woman as she went from nothing to trying to rebuild her life. And then I watched this slave movie where this man basically got people together and got them to realize that we are more than what we are becoming. I get that, you know. I just don't want no more slave movies in my life. I just don't want to see no more. I'm always willing to learn some more. But as far as going out and spending a coin to go see another one, it'll be a couple of years before I'll be willing to do that. Now, I do read a lot. I really have picked up on my reading a whole lot, thanks to Miss Judy. But that's how I feel about it. Now, in some channel announcements, I will be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta. I will not be reviewing Married to Medicine. I'll do a season recap for How to Get Away with Murder. Right now, my responsibilities won't allow me to do a weekly review for you guys as I wanted to. I thank you all for joining me from down here on the, coming down here to the trailer park. This has been another Gator Croc production, honey. And in the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. See you tomorrow. Peace.